So it's been 3 months without us. That's Podcast Live. And we know that there's been football, 3 months of a lot of football this summer. But you know that football has never or would never be the same without our usual agenda. All your time of worrying is over because we are officially back. Like how Romelu Lukaku is back at Chelsea. Looks like it's a summer of return, and we're also back with our podcast live. So get ready because each week we'll be bringing you the latest agenda, what a season this promises to be. And even before we delve into that, look, it's been a huge summer. We've seen so many tournaments from the Copa America to the Euro 2020 and the Olympics, and the guys would be diving straight into first of all, explain why we went on a break, South. I don't think we did enough justice, explaining to our faithful listeners why we went on a break, and then we'll hear from the guys too as well, what they thought of the summer and the junior for Ballon d'Or. We'll get there soon. But my name is Oreko Ampofo, and it's a pleasure to bring you back to Podcast Live. Let me just run through the guys who'll be joining me today. We have Joseph Achin, Joseph Boateng, Eugene is also here. Mankwa, he's recovered from Man City's Champions League defeat, so he's here. And we have Gid. Gid is having a lot of fun with the starting 11s. Lawson is here. Melly is here. Banyan, he's also here. We'll be hearing from him, Manchester United and what they are, getting ready for the season and all that. And then Owen also joins us. So it's a pleasure to have you guys back on the podcast. There's been a long summer. Some of you have gained pot bellies and all that. Let's get straight in. First of all, how was your break? Who wants to start first? How did your break go this whole summer?
A break, B-boy, is too much. Well, it's been a good summer. It's been a good summer. I mean, I feel like this summer a lot of things went well. Messi winning the Copa America being the least of it. I'm very happy, very grateful to God that he finally crossed that line and gave himself something to be happy about, because it has reached a stage where another defeat might have there may have been no coming back from a Fifth Cup final defeat. So I just want to thank God first and foremost for how the summer started, and it's been interesting how it's things have panned out since then. But craziest thanks to God.
Yeah, definitely, and I'm sure we'll find out that the price Messi paid to win that Copa America, and whether he really had a deal with Neymar and all that. But who else wants to talk about how their summer went?
Oh, I think on my side, it was a normal summer. Outside of Accra is quite cooler than usual, and also
behind the wall.
We had actually done.
We
had actually done.
Someone might think
we had actually done a lot of episodes.
Explain that you are in Sweden, not Spain.
Actually, we had done a lot of episodes, so it was a good time to take a break, take stock, and also sign new partnership and deals, and also come back stronger. So expect amazing things from us this season, and follow us on Twitter as you always do. More giveaways are coming, so yeah, look
And
look forward to us.
speaking of giveaways, actually, in case you didn't know or in case you did not see, we gave a random follower 500 CDs. Hey, Ejuma Ben, they say, see, you are lying. There's no podcast. See, Ghana video free 500
Kojo
CDs.
Frimpong, the
Ah,
Asema.
Charlie. So if you like, don't listen to us. Just follow on Twitter. More is coming. We'll be giving more money. The boys seem to have hit some block when they went on a break.
Yeah.
Let me hear from a couple more people about how they are suffering defeat.
Oh, well, to be honest, I have to be honest. Last season was a very tough season emotionally for me as a fan of a certain English club.
Are you not a freelancer?
Yes,
club
then they call them freelancer FC.
Oh no, I'm still freelance, but I'm saying on the sidelines, just looking at
what they go on.
Yeah, what was unfolding at that club. I mean, it was very tough to take. So I must admit, the break came at a very good time. I was able to reflect a lot last season on a lot of my agendas. I've created new ones, ready for the season, and I'm motivated. So stay tuned.
Nice one.
Yeah, so I mean, let's just get into the meat of it. Owen, are you available? Manchester United. It started on a better note, losing against Villarreal on penalties, but you got Sancho after two and a half centuries. How does it feel to finally have that signing?
I mean, clearly, we took into account the pain of the defeat. We've summoned more warriors, and this season. It will be scary, but not for us.
Scary hours. But at
scary as in
thank God that
the result or the.
Thank God that you still have Pogba, so he will undo all the hard work of the warriors that you have assembled. You have a brother playing against you from the inside, so good luck.
You just go down. You just go down for you.
It's been 10 years. It's only right we ruin your childhood again.
So Owen,
average age here be 48. You say childhood.
Wait, I want to ask. So does that mean like you still have that expectation for the season, the title win, or right now you've adjusted it?
No doubt.
Okay.
No doubt. There's no truth about it. He should be able to win the title.
Which title?
So you are saying the new buys that you have, Sancho and I don't know if Varane has been announced yet, but let's assume
he's still working.
He's a Man United player. You feel those two
In transit.
are enough to topple or to make up for the 12-point gap or so last season?
Yes, there are two of the positions we suffered in the most. We waited 5 to 6 years before we finally have the right winger and a partner for Magba. He has no excuses this time.
But you have a midfield.
Why? Why?
Would actually get into the season preview proper.
I rest my case.
But yeah, let's backtrack a bit and catch up on the months that we've missed. There's been a lot of action, sporting action. From the Olympics. We also saw very tennis tournaments go on. There was Formula One. There was so much, but our focus purely is on football. And there were two major tournaments. That's the Copa America and then Euros. Now, one goat won an international trophy. The other goats, I don't know what happened to him, but it seems like when they got a better supporting cast, the team eventually cast at a very early stage. But let's start off with the Euros. Italy winning it. What did they come as a surprise to you guys? Using
Obviously, it did. It's only a liar like Joey that would say that he saw it coming from the first day, but nobody really predicted it. We all thought they were a decent side, and it was weird seeing an Italian team being so progressive, and it was new and nice to watch, but no one really thought they could go all the way. But kudos to them. In the end, I think they just about deserved it. So yeah, it's nice to see good football win for once. The Haram era, I hope this is the end of the Haram era, but I wouldn't put my last money on it.
well, speaking of the Haram era, there was one coach championing it, and he almost actually went all the way. That's Southgate. Now, Joe Boy, what did you make of some of his selections and eventually, finishing second? Do you think it was a fair result, or maybe England had enough to win the tournament?
I'll be honest with you. This particular current generation or pool of talents that England have, I think is probably maybe top 2 they've ever had. It's insane the amount of talents they have, because if you watched England's matches like throughout the tournament, there were times where Southgate didn't have an answer, but the sheer quality that they had just got them through certain opponents like Germany. I felt that he's one coach, I feel he does just enough, but when it becomes critical, then he's found wanting. So he's just riding on the current talent pool.
Southgate is a horrible coach. He doesn't even do enough. It's just being carried by the talent. What piece of coaching did he do that we could pinpoint that, yeah, this one, Southgate got it right? You could maybe reach for the Germany game, but honestly, that game was heading for 0-0 until Grealish, until he brought on Grealish, which is not really any masterclass, because that brother should have been in from the beginning anyway. So it's those type of coaches that leave the obvious thing on the bench, so that when they finally make the change and it works, then they will look like they did something. But he's been a thief since the first day. He doesn't deserve to be coach of any football team. He's stealing a living.
Honestly, on my side, the Euros was actually like a good exhibition of football, and for once, the thing with the Italians especially is that they know how to play like a tournament. From the start of how they sing their anthem, you are bound to write them as favorites, because those guys can shout. And like I look at a country like Portugal,
because of the favorites.
no, they sing their anthem with some sort of confidence, like we are here and we mean business. That kind of morale that, hey, we are here, we mean business, we are here to take it all. But actually, my biggest disappointment was Portugal, because like if you look at the squad and the lineup and having Cristiano Ronaldo, they were sort of outright favorites, but they suffered from what I call the defending champion syndrome.
What you call
the defending champion syndrome means no. Like I just invented it.
Clown.
The defending champion syndrome means you are like the one to beat. So every team came on just to come and beat Portugal. But
I
if you
can
watch
promise
the
you.
other games, it was but
I can
one other
promise you.
country
No
that's
one lost sleep.
really one thing that like actually like impressed me in this Euros was actually Switzerland, and it's like it was quite unfortunate that they 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 couldn't win the ultimate, but this is an exciting project, and I hope to see more of the Swiss and what they can give to the world other than watches and chocolates, and I think football can be a good field.
Football
Is this
can
a
be
Switzerland agenda?
football.
To
Yeah,
add
Yeah.
football can
to
be a good field. But interestingly, I mean, I had two things. When you said Swiss can offer more than chocolates, Mike Wapau's caption came to mind, but but, but yeah, I hope you also know that Vladimir Petkovic, who's the coach, he's left to Bordeaux, right? So the project, I don't know what happens then. But let's still continue with international football. And Banya, let me come to you. Euros, we saw some surprising results, some standout teams as well. What was your highlights from the tournament? It could be positive or negative.
First of all, I'd like to point out that this Euros took me by surprise. I wasn't expecting the kind of quality I watched throughout the tournament, so I was really impressed. In terms of if there's anything I'm thankful about concerning this tournament, it's the fact that a lot of the fraudulent coaches during this tournament were exposed. France coach, Portugal's coach, they were exposed, which was very brilliant. In terms of the team in fact, two teams that really, really impressed me during the tournament, they were Spain and Denmark. I was really impressed with the kind of football Denmark played throughout the tournament, even against England, where they were knocked out. The one thing I also like to point out was after the first game, Italy's first game, it was so clear that to me, I felt like they were going to be outright favorites because that first game demonstrated so many things that showed that they will have the capacity to fight off any challenge that comes their way. So their win was not a surprise to me. My final comment is on Southgate and his performance throughout the tournament. I was supporting England from the get-go because I believe they had a wealth of options at their disposal. And the only thing I can credit Southgate for is he did not give in to media pressure throughout the tournament. Aside from that, he was he really disappointed me. Like, you have so many options, and it's almost as if he goes with the safest option. He's not really thinking about going at teams with the kind of attacking options that they had. So it was really disappointing, and I think in the end it was justified that England won the tournament.
The boys were giving me a little pinch that your press conference time is getting up, and they said you are talking like a president. But of course, when you have a journalist, there has to be that one sensible guy who provides factually based stuff. So thank you, Banyan, for being who you are. But let's switch to let's say it's okay. And don't take offense. Let's switch to the other side, and I want to start this one with Owen, because Owen surprisingly stayed up 2 a.m., 3 a.m. at one point in the summer, waiting for one guy to fail. Unfortunately,
If that's not love, I don't know. I don't know what love is.
All the hours of sleep he wasted, he still ended up seeing that short man lift the trophy. Owen, what did you think about the Copa America?
Wait, first of all, that's the normal time I sleep. It has nothing to do with Messi.
If that ain't love, I don't know what it is. If I'm not getting that kind of love, I don't want it.
had nothing to do with Messi.
Uh-huh.
The final game. I want to say something, and you say that I'm bleeding or anything, but it looked fixed, in my opinion.
Goes forward to say something that proves that he's bleeding.
Sharp.
It looked fixed because Brazil didn't really look progressive and in the mood to score any goals. They just did.
All the chances.
I'd like to rebut this. After he's done.
Let me finish.
Oh, finish.
Did we all watch the same?
They did just enough to make the game look competitive.
Hey!
But
You know what? He has a
really
point
wasn't.
too. When you finish,
It really wasn't. It really wasn't.
Fine.
I know. Another evidence of that is that I know Neymar doesn't really respect context in a game, but come on.
The pictures after the game were top. For one, I love the solidarity between Brazil and Argentina. It goes to show that there's more to life than sport. Friendship is able to overcome barriers between two rival nations.
Owen, what do you think about Fred's performance?
Fred went up at halftime. He's a disgrace.
I don't think Fred was playing a freeze game. You fire game that too. Then they play fixed match. You make wow. Fred was this guy, the Gabriel Barbados guy, the way that guy hit. The guy
he don't say match be fixed. So
he don't get a memo. They know why I am the Momo song. So he hit. He won't make a name for himself.
To be honest,
Richarlison, you understand the assignment.
And the name of the
I sort of support Owen because
we all
feel
do,
like
Charlie.
the way I feel like South American football just came together and just Charlie pick and give Messi because they started hosting tournament that is usually every 4 years. They started hosting it every 2 years.
Every 3 months.
Charlie, they
every
actually
3 months.
do back to back. They do 6 months separation with 8 months.
That thing, there's an explanation for it, logical explanation for it, but who cares?
You know.
It's the agenda that will fly. It's
Yeah.
the agenda that will fly. And we are here to tell you that what? We don't care. And I don't. Charlie, I will shamelessly accept that the tournament was fixed. Anything that I accept it. What you can't erase is the pictures. Is the pictures in my gallery. If there's any player in the world that deserves a fixed tournament, then it's Messi. So me, I know they care safe.
Shameless,
Charlie. I think he tired too much.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's like the football goes now. The entire he had to win it, but you know,
we gods be out. Human beings, we Charlie. Arrange something for him. Arrange something for him, Charlie. It be so. My eye get up to now. It's been the highlight of my year. Hey.
I mean, it's been long overdue. But you know, as we wrap up, and one of the maybe subplots, probably an after effect of all the happenings in the summer was this has Messi winning this Copa America just ended. Any so-called good debate that was around our last 40 minutes. Let's just confirm that. Hey. First of all, I want to hear from Owen because Owen is the only one with Ronaldo here. Owen, what's the stance in the good debate? How do you things look like after this summer?
before
Achin today, oh, you say, oh, baby.
Hey, yeah,
Or
there's
Achin
Achin.
left.
Yeah, so there's
Achin
Achin,
jumped ship.
Achin
Are
and
they?
Owen can come
before
together and let us know.
before the tournament, I thought we all accepted that international trophies was not the metric for the GOAT debate. So I'm really confused right now as to how all of a sudden right now. What's going on? What they go on?
That be question to the host or to we from Messi. Because if we don't say the debate, then we know they tolerate them already. We now we start to take that thing where you they take try blow. We take some. So now we don't want to hear your voice up again. Because then they take worry we like some house flying, international tournament.
Oh, Charlie.
I be finished.
Wait, you know what they funny me? We shamelessly add Olympics to our move.
Oh yeah, we add that
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Then the under 22 we win World Cup. We add that. So
Charlie,
now we get 3.
hey, Messi, hey, they are twice as shameless. Hey,
We are too last. We are
Hey.
no. Thing is, if you've endured years of this constant noise and shameless that the shameless agendas from the other side, you build some you learn from it. So if your time comes, you they absorb and way they fire them back in twofold.
But it's clear that Messi has managed the end of his career better than Ronaldo. Ronaldo made a terrible decision joining that club.
Oh, you sure?
I'm still.
So
yeah,
I thought,
I'm still not
I
over.
mean,
I'm still over that
Ronaldo won
decision.
the repeats back to back. I think, yeah.
I disagree.
Yeah.
Owen,
Ronaldo
it's
won.
just
Oh, that move.
recency bias that's making you say that. Because until this summer move to PSG, Leo was throwing away the end of his career. Then they go anywhere plus as Barca thing. Don't let this Copa America thing fool you. Then in 30s all cast to be this summer
Yeah,
try save him. CR7 has had the better 30s, like from 30
Yeah.
on.
If you look at even the supporting cast, right? Charlie, they had a serious team and they were just winning UCLs. It's now that Messi is joining a serious team.
Yeah.
I mean, for a good 4-year stretch, Charlie, that team wasn't very serious.
That was
But before we wrap up, actually, if you remember in our final episodes of season 1, we had one solely focused on the Ballon d'Or race, and I just want us to touch on it quickly because we said that this summer would determine a lot. The candidates were plenty. We had Ruben Diaz, all of them inside. Now some of them have gone to fail the litmus test this summer, and some have passed it. So what does it look like in terms of the race?
LM7.
CR7. We are doing a CR7 on them, mother. Never mind.